Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another glorious company on here's three casting, yeah. And in this episode, we're going to be going over the latest travesty, patch 1.6.0, yeah, for the glorious fatherland. You know, it did nothing but buff the Axis and nerfs the allies, which is crazy, you know. German accent aside, if you hear my voice sounding nasally, I am sick because you dirty motherfuckers don't wash your hands in public. Not you guys, you know, the ones that take a shit and don't clean their hands. And when I go to work and I have to lift heavy ass fucking equipment and put it on a truck, I am struggling. So when I get home and do college and I notice myself coughing and sneezing to no end, I get hit with the flu. Yummy. But I digress. Let's focus on this patch right now. Why am I so frustrated? What the fuck is going on here, guys? Okay, let's find it. Sorry, these patch notes are very poorly, organized, so it's hard to find shit. Way to go, Relic. Hopefully when you guys hire people to fix the patch notes, you get it right on the fourth time. Okay, but yeah, Relic Studios, excuse me. Ooh, Ebola. Delicious. So what's going on right now? DAC and Wehrmacht have been buffed astronomically, leading to 57% win ratios and 53% win ratios in the 1v1s, while allies are only getting 45 to 43. A lot of us allied players, or anybody who plays all factions, are frustrated because Relic gave the Wereabus what they wanted, and the issue is that when Brits hit 60, they got a hot fix within 24 hours, while, U.S. forces, Wehrmacht, and DAC were all holding a 49 ratio, and U.S. forces got nerfed in that patch too. Another issue that we're having is in the team games, the discrepancy is even worse right now. Let me try to find it. Sorry, I have to go through so many tabs. So in the team games, you're looking at almost 60%, if I got that right. Apologize. Got to find it. There, let's go with that. It's basically a 60%. There we go. Wehrmacht, 62%. DAC, 62%. U.S. forces and Brits, 30%, generally. And here's the issue. People are going, oh, just get good at the game and adapt. When it was patch 1.5.0, the Wereabus and the high-level players and the co-devs got together and they were like, no, 60% is crazy, bro. We can't let them have a day. We can't let it cook. We gotta fix it because the tournament's coming up. And we said, okay, if you could do a 24-hour hotfix and unfuck the game, fine. But make sure to do that with Axis players too. Here's the issue. Conveniently, Relic lays off a bunch of staff, and now you have patch 1.6.0. It's been more than 5 days, I think. And the win ratio is 57%. It's only going to keep getting higher as players are figuring it out. And it's over 60% is going to get higher in the 4v4s because a lot of players play 4v4s. So before somebody says, oh, bro, 1v1's where it's at, a lot of Company Heroes gameplay is revolved around team games because, people like having friends and don't want to just do 1v1s all day and just fucking hate their life. And I'm the same way, too. When I get fed up with playing against high-level players like Dexon or Zulu or Pandemic, I want to take a break and I want to play team games with my buds. So let's get to the patch notes right now. What's going on? 2.5 ton truck has to be upgraded with 50 munition cost to get medics. So that's a buff because the truck was unupgradable and you couldn't get anything out of it. So there's a buff. Let's just keep track of how many buffs we're going. Armored Reserves received a buff because it's reduced the cost from 500 to 400. Here's the problem. Tiger rushing is a huge strategy that DAC does right now. So you've made it even easier. Armored Reserves, Panzer IV, blah, blah, blah. Fuel cost from 70 to 80. You can call it a slight nerf with its plus 10, but plus 10 really does nothing. Fuel cost increased from 60 to 70. So again, slight nerf. Tiger Heavy Tank call-in. 800 manpower, 240 fuel to 700 manpower and 180 fuel. That is huge. That is a huge fuel discrepancy we're talking about right now, folks. That's 60 fuel. That's big. 10 fuel is nothing. You can get 10 fuel in a minute. 60 fuel? That's like fucking 3 to 5 minutes in a code game, which is a long time. And depending on how much map control you have, that could be like an 8-minute wait. So you're just fucking suffering. Askrens. Everybody's been suffering with Askrens. Everybody admits that, hey, that's a huge power spike because what a lot of DAC players do is they won't make their mainline infantry. They will rush to Askrens and absolutely have a huge power spike and, fuck allied players up for a hot minute until they can get their light vehicles off the ground. And they come with smoke, so they'll just smoke the point and just basically hold the point while you can't do anything but you cannot engage them close range. Or they'll smoke and then close the distance and you're fucked. Well, here's the problem. Tactical assault speed penalty increased from 20% to 33. So they just move a little bit slower on the tactical assault. They still get all the buffs, and it stacks with vehicles nearby. Okay, so nothing was done. Health decreased from 110 to 100. Okay, I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, this could be something. We could have something cooking here. But now gains plus 10% health at veterancy level 2, which is nothing. They get vet 2 pretty fucking fast. So this was not a nerf. You're just basically cock teasing people, going, yeah, wait till my vet 2 pops, and then I'm gonna fucking split your cheeks, boy. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my lungs don't like it when I laugh. Bursaglares! Remember those guys? Remember Bursaglares fucking running across the map, capping everything, and just fucking shitting on you at Mach 5? Well, guess what, guys? We're gonna go ahead and reduce the manpower cost from 280 to 260. Bursaglary meta is still very common in this game. I fight high-level players that will make nothing but Bursaglares and shit out of medical, and they'll sprint back to the truck and keep you locked in your base. And that was the top 2 DAC player, if I remember correctly. So we're struggling with that, too. On top of that, a Beretta 30 light machine gun munition cost reduced from 80 to 70. So now they get their fucking light machine guns even faster. It's like, okay, fuck me, right? So that means that they are going to have more mines onto the field. Panzer 3 got a buff. Okay, I can understand why. Panzer 3 is not that great without certain buffs. And they can get steamrolled if you don't give them veterancy. So fine, I'll give you that. Panzer Command, cost reduced. So, again, you're fucking struggling. Now they can get to tier 4 even faster, and it's pretty easy to rush to tier 4 as that, because, you know, you just make a shit ton of 8 rads. And before somebody says, I don't see 8 rads anywhere in the high-level play. Remember the last tournament not too long ago, and there was nothing but 8 rads in the 4v4 team? Yeah. Also, fought the top 50 DAC player the other day, and you know what he made? Nothing but fucking 8 rads! But, hey, you know, it's so hard to play the Axis. You don't understand the struggle! As a glorious fatherland. Don't worry, guys. We're not done yet. Survival smoke package now costs 25 munitions per use. So that was free. Now you have to pay only 25. I think the USF smoke is like 30 or 40, if I got that correct. I could be wrong. I know the White Foss and the Zooks cost 35. So the smoke that instantly farts out, now you have to pay munis. Oh, you pausing. Walking Stuka barrage wind down, reduces 0.5 to 0.25. You know, the walking Stuka is a piece of shit. I can understand that. Now let's get to the Wehrmacht. Ooh la la. So, blah, blah, blah. We also want upgrades to be useful for the player when they go to battle groups. You know, fucking dick-licking noises, because that's what Relic's doing right now. He's just fucking sucking Axis dick. And I'm just fed up with it. We want the faction to be less reliant on Jaegers. Alright. Alright, my Nigerian. Alright, my Nigerian. Remember that sentence. Remember that sentence. Fuck me. Remember that sentence, motherfucker. Warble wins and martyrs, but rather than nerfing these units, we want to increase their power of the units in the roster so they can fucking, you know, fucking spread your ass cheeks at Mach 5 and just plow through you like Tyrone in a fucking state penitentiary. Shit, dog. Excuse me. Alright. We don't want them to be reliant on Jaegers, Nigerian. Okay. So, what does that mean? Officer quarters. Upgrades units that are doctrinal. Right? So, you're going, hold on, wait a minute. Yes, dude, if you call in a fucking 8-rad that is a doctrine, it will get the veterancy 1 buffs, even though Wehrmacht can't make 8-rads without a doctrine. So they're going to shit out into the field vet 1. Fucking absurd. Okay. That's for everything, right? Versus USF, you have to go a fucking doctrine to get that vet 1 bonus. Same with Brits, it has to be doctrine. If you have any kind of vehicle as DAC, it's non-doctrinal. That is doctrinal. Once you upgrade it in the officer quarters for any tier, that applies to everything. So, that stacks with Fallschirm Pioneers, Artillery Officer, Coastal Reserves. These units will be vet 1. And a lot of you know that with Coastal Reserves, they get 7-man at vet 2, so now you're going to have to deal with that problem even more so, which is fucking ridiculous. Panzer Grenadier, Luftwaffe Company, Stug D gets a vet 1, Assault Gun gets a vet 1, ARAG gets a vet 1, Fallschirmjäger, West Self-Prepared Artillery gets a vet 1, and they get the Walking Barrage. Excuse me. Oh man, cancer. The Panzer IV Command Tank, the LG-40 anti-tank gun, which is so fucking slept on. The 88 millimeter anti-tank gun. It just goes on, man. Tigers get a Veterancy 1 bonus. Your doctrinal tank needs non-doctrinal abilities to get a Vet 1 bonus. So that Tiger is coming out onto the field with the fucking defensive smoke. Or the crit shot ability. Yeah, fucking get out of here. The Panther gets Vet 1. Yeah, you know the Panther with the fucking marked target that shreds through everything? You fucking insane. I'll show you a video of that in a second. The Ops 210mm artillery emplacement. Oh my goodness gracious. You know, it's because the Axis were known for the superior artillery. That gets a Vet 1 buff. So if you're going, dude, this is like fucking... This is Wereaboo Central. Now, I know the doubters are going to go, well, check the allied notes. All right, Nigerian, we'll get to that in a second. Panzer Command, fuel price reduce. So now it's easier for them to get their Panzer 4s out into the field. Pioneer Squad, fast capture bonus increased. So Pioneers can decap even faster. You know, remember Pioneer spam? That's actually a fucking problem. And high-level players will use that. Oh, the Grenadier Squad. Okay, hear me out. I can understand going ahead and buffing their accuracy because they were a lackluster unit. I understand, but the issue is that they can merge into P-Grens, and those models become P-Gren models. So what a lot of players would do is just make 2 Gren squads, not even use them in combat. They would just reinforce the P-Gren squad and fucking truck you. Panzerfaust cost reduced from 35 to 30 munis. Fine, I'll let you slide on that. My issue is, at Veterancy 2, bonus increase from 15 to 25%. Increase +5 range of Vet 1, and +5 range at Vet 3. This thing can snipe you from halfway across the world, and there's no way you get out of it. It's ridiculous. So say goodbye to any chance of getting away. I'll show you a video of that in a second. Medical kits. Changed area of effect heal. Heal here. Now, instead of the only unit, it only heals the individual unit. It heals everybody. And health kits are free. And within a radius of 15 meters. Dude, this is so broken. Like, what the fuck were you people thinking, dude? Grenadier Assault Package. Okay, so the Grens get the buffs that stack with the Assault Package. And right now, in the 1v1s, it's literally making MP40 Grens that are great at long range and close range. And on top of that, they reduce the munis by 5, which is fucking huge because in the early game, you're struggling to get munis. And this shit's ridiculous. Oh, Panzer Grenadiers, remember, guys? They got, you know, buffed, and they're just fucking Terminator squads now. Well, guess what, guys? Panzer Grenadiers are getting a gentle increase of lethality at medium range. Oh, my. You dirty boy. And are getting significant boost to the bundle grenades, making them their potential lethality higher. Okay, well, gentle increase. You're lying. You're lying, my dude. So, P-Gren's got a buff again. Their mid-range damage increased from 20 to 22.5. These things can basically kill riflemen at close to medium range easily. Don't forget about the 15% damage reduction ability that I will use to close the gap on riflemen and just punish them. They're bundle nades that are already hard to escape because they have massive AoE, has been buffed to 6.25, so you're never going to walk out of it now. And their capture rate has been increased. So these guys can fucking hump you, kill you on the point, and they're going to snatch it up. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Nebel Warfare. Fire damage no longer stacks. It doesn't mean anything. The fire damage will still fucking kill you because it's so scattered. Stug 3 assault gun. Got a buff. Reload speed. Oh, remember Jaegers? We're back to Jaegers, guys. We don't want Axis players... Excuse me. Fuck. We don't want Axis players to rely on Jaegers. Oh, I can't find it. There we go. Diversify their builds. Blah, 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 blah. We don't want them to spam fucking Jaegers, guys. But, gotta find it. We're gonna go ahead and buff the Jaegers, but we don't want them to rely on Jaegers. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Slightly increasing the damage per second. So they're already great at close range. They do better damage with what the game considers a long-range rifle at close range. Me being a gun nerd, semi-automatic rifle is gonna fucking melt you at close range, but I get it. My problem is, for the medium range, it's been buffed. And for the long range, it's pretty fucking good. So you're looking at 80 damage close range, 78 mid, and 75 long range. They're going to fucking kill you wherever you go. There's no hiding from them. And on top of that, I think they get extra damage against units in cover with the G43s. Flak Warblewind, remember that, guys? Let me go ahead and show you a video of that real quick. Excuse me. I apologize, I'm sick as a dog. Okay, let's go ahead and show you a clip of the Warbleones. Look at these infantry units, man. Watch what these Warbleones can do. Oh, this is rank 73 Brits. Before somebody goes, he must be a low-level noob. Rank 73 Brits. It's hard to rank up as Brits, so shut the fuck up. And look at that infantry squad, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, wow. Oh, and that was pretty full health. And it's gone. So a lot of that was medium cover. Let's go ahead and check the patch notes. Horrible One is getting adjustment to be less lethal against units that are bunched up in cover. Area of effect damage model range reduced from 3 to 2. That's nothing. That's nothing. So instead of 3 models getting schwacked when they target 1 because they're bunched up, only 2 models get schwacked. That means nothing. That means nothing. So congrats. Horrible Winds are still going to fucking punish you. Jaegers are still spammable. 221, veterancy increased. Doesn't matter. 221's a decent vehicle. Strobstrupen. Manpower cost reduced from 420 to 380. Strobstrupen at range are better than fucking the majority of the allied infantry, including rangers, if you can keep them at range. If the rangers close the gap, then you better run away. Panzer IV medium tank. Manpower cost reduced from 380 to 360. Panzer IV medium tanks typically better than the allied Sherman, especially when it gets the armored skirts, and you can pay for that. Reload speed increased from 4 to 4.5 to 3.5 to 4. Means nothing because at the veterancy bonuses, this will get knocked down. Even better. So this is worse because now it can fire faster. My bad, I misspoke. This is terrible because now it's going to fire faster, and you're probably looking at a 1.5 shoot time on higher veterancies. Tiger heavy tank buffed to 300 to 380. This thing's basically unkillable now. I mean, I've got plenty of matches of people just making Tigers. Panther. A marked target now refreshes its effect on hit. It was already doing that. It was doing that for me every time, so now this is just locked in. Reload speed's increased. So now the Panther can fire faster. I'm going to go ahead and show you a clip of that in a second. And battle group, duration of the breakthrough to allow players to... Yeah, so this is a 90-second ability, so what they can do is just run into your territory decap and then sprint across the map and fuck you up. Coastals, experience requirements increased, but that doesn't matter if they go vet 1. So, fuck me, right? Build time bonus decreased from 50 to 25%. They can still get sandbags up if you know what you're doing. Doesn't really matter. Defensive line received a slight nerf. Mega size command point requirement reduced from 3 to 2, so there's another buff. And it's just basically buffs with Axis, right? Let's go ahead and check the allies. Oh, and I almost forgot, the Axis players got the invisible units that are just fucking broken. And I'm going to show you a clip of that. So, let's go ahead and check the allies and see how many nerfs we got. Mechanized Support Center! Some people call it a buff. I call it a nerf because first use is free, 100 manpower for each sub. So the engineer repair station costs manpower. I've been having it bugged. It costs 100 manpower every time I use it. So you have to, with a lot of Axis abilities that summon fucking repair auras, right? Where they get their repairs for free, or they make a bunker, which is very hard to kill, and it repairs all your vehicles. The problem is that it gives you 4 engineers that are bugged right now because I have to pay 100 manpower no matter what, even though it says it's free. And the 4 engineers are killable and very squishy versus the Axis bunker that heals all vehicles within the AoE. The engineers have to move from vehicle to vehicle, so get fucked, allies. From the Mechanized Support Center. So this is just a fucking worthless thing at this point. It has to be on a territory point to call in. Okay, fine, that's understanding. The bunkers don't have to be on a territory point. It can be anywhere within the territory. It doesn't have to be on the point exactly. Specialized munitions, canister shot, smoke shells. The Greyhound's been nerfed pretty fucking bad. The armored skirts basically do nothing now. The Greyhound's super easy, it's squishy. 76 millimeter conversion, manpower reduction cost, so that's a slight buff, fine. Improved armor is now more fuel expensive at the... Oh, cost increased from 100 manpower. Yeah. So the improved armor that barely does anything for American vehicles is now 125 and 25 fuel because fuck allies. Well, we're not done yet. It's just been nerf. You have to go... Oh, the Hellcat's been nerfed. You have to go mechanized to get access to the HVAP round, the flaking speed. So you're fucked. The Hellcat was the only subpar way to counter Axis vehicles, and it's been nerfed. So say you want to go infantry support center because the guy's spamming infantry and you need 1 Hellcat to fight the fucking Panther, and It's not going to work for you anymore because now you have to go mechanized. Now you're forced to go mechanized. So there's no way you can kind of get best of both worlds and get the 25% infantry reduction costs. And the Hellcat, it's just not the Hellcat's not that great in my opinion. Changed my fucking mind. Because I've shown videos in the past where the Hellcat can not even kill a DAC 250. It takes 3 to 4 shots. It's ridiculous. Rapid repairs, replaces smoke screen, cost increased. It's just infantry support center. Captain Retinue was nerfed for some reason. I just marked target range increased from 30 to 35. That does nothing. Whatever. Squad size reduced from 4 to 3, so the captain's even easier to kill. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, so the artillery officer that can summon fucking, you know, for Wehrmacht, that can summon artillery strikes is a 4-man unit. But the captain, it's too powerful, guys. The captain's too powerful. We're going to go ahead and drop it from 4 to 3. Even though you have to pay for a tech up option, even though you have to constantly reinforce the captain because it's so fucking squishy. Survival training is more expensive now. Ooh, because now you have to pay 70 more, or 20 more fuel. And 20 fuel it's just ridiculous. We reduced the manpower by 100, 250, or by 100, excuse me. It does nothing. So, get fucked, allied mains. Oh, also, advanced logistics is more expensive. Sorry about that. So just, you know, get fucked. Smoke launchers still suck. No longer fires at a 90-degree angle, which was stupid because the Axis can, you know, pop it out in front of them and get away. Now it fires at a low arcing angle. I haven't tested that yet. I'm sure it's fucking ass, but whatever. M18 Hellcat. Long range accuracy increased. Okay, cool. Slight buff by 0.5. Reload time is decreased. Oh, great. More nerfs. And the flanking speed and rearm is locked behind. Basically doctrine at this point. You can say non-doctrinal. It's a doctrine that you have to pay for and lock yourself in. Bazooka teams! They kept saying, oh, we buffed them, we buffed them. Oh, the bulldozer was nerfed for no fucking reason, by the way. 360 to 380, 100 fuel, and the speed reduced to 5.5 to 5.2. Anybody worth their salt knows that if you basically tap that thing with a mine, it's going to die. SSF Commandos are still one of the most expensive infantry units in the game at 440, but they're lackluster, and they still fucking suck ass. Rangers, great at close range, but their damage bonus changed from 33 to 27.5. Not that great, whatever. And it just keeps going on. Nerf, yep, armor reduced, that's a nerf. M8 Scott, thinks slight buffs. I'm not going to really, nobody really uses Scott, honestly. Sherman medium tank. A slight reduction in manpower cost from 360 to 340. Yippee. 75mm half track. That fucking sucks. Long range increase by 0.5. Mortar pit. I get to this. Health decrease 640 to 480. Fine. I'll go ahead and I'll just say, yeah, let's go with that. I get it. My problem is the veterancy requirements increased from 480, 960, 1920 to 1200, 360, 7,200 for Vet 3. It is more expensive to get a mortar pit to Vet 3 than it is a Tiger and a fucking Panther, guys. Like, fuck me, right? Airborne carpet run. Apparently it was overpowered. You're full of shit. You can easily dodge it, but okay, we're going to go ahead and increase the munition cost. P-47 rocket time. Arrival speed sped up. That's a buff. British forces. Churchill still easily killable. But again, I'm going to show you that bit in a second. Even with the 440 armor, Tigers at Vet 0 can wreck it. The CW truck got a nerf for some reason. Machine gun heaviness is worthless because a mortar can basically half health it in 2 barrages. And it's 250 manpower versus the Axis bunker that is cheaper and more reliable, and it takes about 3 AT guns to kill it. Matilda heavy tank received a nerf, don't know why. One of the slowest vehicles in the game, only good with veterancy, and a shit ton of buffs you have to pay for. M3 Grant received a nerf. Cost increased from 125 manpower, 25 fuel to 125, 35 fuel. So it's even harder to get a tank that can decently fight the Panzer IV. And, you know, God help you if you try to fight a fucking Panther. You're not going to win. So just more nerfs. Churchill heavy tank. Cost set to 440 manpower and 110 fuel. Infantry support smoke no longer locked behind veterancy 1. Slight buff. And that's it. So we're done with the allies, by the way. So allies receive nothing but nerfs. Get fucked. You know, good luck, guys. Let's go ahead and check out the invisible Goliaths and the camos that I've been talking about. Let's go ahead and show you that clip real quick. Okay, so this is me and my bud playing a game together. And just watch this shit. There's my Panther. You're going to go ahead and engage. I mean, look at the Panther. It's so hard to kill. There's a Chaffee. You can't kill me. I'm just going to back up. I don't really fucking care. 8 rad spotting. There's the, what's it called? Matilda. It got snared by my infantry at this max range. I'm sorry, not Matilda. Churchill. There's the Goliath. He couldn't see it because it was invisible. So, it's showing it on our screen. But on my buddy's screen, this Goliath was invisible. Undetectable. And, again, it was invisible, I swear to you. My infantry snared the Churchill because of that max range snare. And watch what happens to the super heavy tank. It's fucking dead. Turret destroyed, turret exploded. My bad, I thought my Panther was engaging this for some reason. But yeah. The Goliaths are so good that they can basically end your tank, and they were invisible thanks to the Panzerfunkwagen. But on my buddy's screen, it was invisible at the time. And my screen too. So, it's just nothing you can really do to fight this at this moment. The Panther is just so fucking good. I paid for the Panzer Officer Headquarters, I believe. I don't know why it's not showing it. And look at that Panther just damage the infantry. This thing is just so fucking good. It's on 4 vehicle, just unkillable. So, excuse me. Excuse me. 1 second. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Alright, let's get to the real juicy drama. AECOH, man. Community leader, if you want to call him that. I was a fan of him in the past. You know, I really liked his videos, but seeing him with his interaction in the code forums is just absolutely ridiculous. And I mean this out of state of love, man. Just go, like, AE, back down, dude. You are being ridiculous in the code forums. The fact that Relic has you on as a moderator is a problem because your behavior is just unacceptable at this point. You were supposed to represent a, you know, what do I want to say, $1 million company? Probably less than that at this point. You're supposed to represent a company, and you're supposed to be the guy speaking for them. And all I see is you antagonizing players in the co-forums. Like, your behavior is absolutely insane, dude. Now, if you did this offline in your own home or your own thing on your own YouTube channel, that's perfectly fine. But every time I see you speak on your YouTube, you don't act this way. But on the co-forums, dude, you're just telling people, fuck off, don't care about you, fuck you. And I'll show you that in a second. Where is it at? Where were you just going off on people? Sorry, guys. Take some time. You go, you realize that the people responsible for putting out hotfixes may have literally just lost their jobs. Okay, may implies a possibility. That's the same in air traffic control world where I speak to planes, you know, work for the federal FAA when I was doing that. So you say may, which implies, excuse me, that it's not confirmed. It's a possibility. Guy goes, this is not a gotcha, you think, lapdog? And at this point, I'm kind of agreeing, you are Relic's lapdog at this point. I'd insult you, but your sad post history says it all. And again, we can go back and check your post, dude. You're just a fucking asshole to people. You reply, go fuck yourself, calling me that. Like, where's your exclamation point there, bud? Where's the period? Let's go ahead and finish that sentence, eh? So, you are acting ridiculous right now, dude. Like, you are representing a company. You're supposed to be the moderator of these forums. You are supposed to be the moderator, right? You're not supposed to give into the hate rage, blah, 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 blah. And you're telling people to go fuck themselves, and there's just so much examples of you just going off on people. Like, dude, how old are you, man? Like, hear me out. If they didn't, I want to say higher, I don't know, because you organize tournaments. I wouldn't care, because you're just another nobody on the internet, right? But when you are insulting people, because players are frustrated, and you're telling them, oh, you're just crying, bro. Like, there's more of you just going off, dude. To all the posts crying about balance, it's already confirmed that half the balance team at Relic have been affected by the layoffs. So maybe put that into perspective. All right. Hey, real talk, bro. Like, real talk. Let me go and see this full discretion. Like, real talk, dude. If I was a company working for Sega and I made a game that was broken on launch and it still continues to astound me how broken it's gotten, the only thing that's changed is it has better graphic quality and quality of life improvements, but you release a game that is obviously a scam. The devs were saying that it was ready to go. They lied. People aren't crying. They're telling you that, hey, I invested my money into a piece of fucking shit and I feel scammed. That's not crying. Because by your logic, every time we want to do balance and we want the game to improve, that's crying, bro. That's crying. You're crying! dude, I want my game to work. I'm tired of loading into fucking matches and it's just nothing but Axis cheese. I bet you only play allies, bro. Shut the fuck up, dude. Because I'll say it all day long. I beat Zulu playing Axis. I beat Dexon playing Axis. I beat Pandemic. In the past, I think I did a match of Axis, and it's just so much easier to play Axis, bro. It's so much easier to play Axis. Everybody's in agreement with it, except for the the wereabouts. But like even in Code 2, dude, it's just easy. Like the people that I play with are normal guys that have a job, have a family. They just want to fucking relax. And you know what? When we want to have an easy mode, we just play Axis. And then here's you. Like, why do I care that they got fired? I'm sorry, you didn't do your fucking job. My bad. You got separated from Sega because they were probably fed up with your bullshit, and you were producing a Lucklaster game. You guys are more concerned with fucking pronouns than fixing your fucking game. And it's just exhausting. What is going on here, guys? It's just you, bro. You're supposed to be in charge of the swarm. You're supposed to represent this company, show, hey, we want people to come in. When I see your bitch ass telling people to go fuck themselves, go fuck yourself for calling me that. That tells me, dude, I don't want to fucking touch your game because it's just a bunch of high-level players just sucking each other's cocks at this point. It's just exhausting. And blah, 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 blah. It's just the same thing. Unbalanced, the joke. 1.6.0, don't touch. 1.5.0. With Brits, we're going to go ahead and, snap them down. We can't have allies overperforming ever. You didn't let the meta cook. You immediately said nope. The people who are responsible for fixing the balance and putting out hotfixes may have literally... my bad, I'm going over that again. You say that we're supposed to have compassion. Guess what? That's not my business. I need the game to work. I paid money for a game. It has to work. If I don't go to work and I don't present a doctor's note, I get fired from my job. So you want me to feel bad for them? They fucked up. They didn't do what they were supposed to. They got fired from their job. That's how things work. How the fuck after 1 year you can't get the balance right? It just doesn't make any sense. Fucking stupid. And that's pretty much it, guys. Just AE losing his mind in the co-forums, giving me a good laugh. I had a lot of respect for this guy in the past, and it just kind of... It makes me a little bit sad. Just seeing the way he's been going right now. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. Oh, here, hit the back button. Yeah, dude. One more thing. I'm just trying to go over... We are not crying, we're giving feedback, and if the feedback is not heard, we're giving critic. What Relic will do with it is written on a different page. The last patch buffed allies. This patch has buffed Axis. In what way did it buff allies? Let's go back to patch 1.5.1. You're saying the last patch, right, buddy? Remember the last patch? No, we're not counting the Xbox. 1.5.3. What is this? Oh, okay, menu time. That doesn't matter. Last thing. The last patch buffed allies. You're full of shit, bro. Look at that. Greyhound, nerfed. Royal Engineers, nerfed. Training Center, nerfed. This is for allies. Centaur Medium Tank, nerfed. Crusader AA, nerfed. Panzer Jaeger Squad. Oh, only a 25% accuracy penalty. One Axis nerf versus all the allied nerfs. But the allies were buffed, bro!